Okay, so hi, I'm Alexis Tuttle and I play the character Sue, who is a makeup artist in the play called Made Up, which has been written and directed by James Yarker from Stan's Caff. And my role is that we are set in a Winnebago on location somewhere, and I have all my makeup stuff around me, and I have a wonderful A-list star called Kate, who comes in daily into the makeup Winnebago trailer, and I make her up for her various performances that she has to do.
Right.
I'm not a makeup artist, I'm an actor.
Right.
And I've never done anything to do with makeup before.
Right.
So the Birmingham Rep were amazing. The Birmingham Repertory Theatre, they assigned me their leading makeup artist, a gentleman called Andrew Whiteoak. And he taught me all these different looks that I then recreate throughout the show. And then we also do our lines, and I get to be nose to nose with Emily every night, right in her personal space. And we do the show and we thoroughly enjoy it. And we cover its relationships. I'm sure you've been yourself to, ladies go to the hair salon, gentlemen go to the barbers, whatever. And you talk to the person.
You just talk about just random stuff, don't you? It's just anything that you think appropriate.
It's so true. And I think it's because they are stepping into your personal space. You'll say more. And what's lovely about this is it's about relationships, past and present. It's about how to resolve relationships. It's things that everyone would identify with. But what I particularly like about this show is that it's multimedia as well. We've got green screen, which I'm sure Emily will talk about more, but there's green screen and all elements that I really like that make her character stand out even more throughout the show.
Alright, if you could tell me what characters is there that are getting played?
The character, I do quite a few. So my main character is Sue, the makeup artist.
Right.
But I also transform into being the agent, a rather pushy agent for the character of Kate. I also become a younger self and I also become Kate's mum. So we work through all the conversations of life like that.
Is there anything that you could say, anything about the makeup play?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Emily and I play Kate in the play. I guess Kate is a young actor kind of on the rise and sort of trying to work out what steps to take next in her career. So the play sort of sees her at a point where she's struggling to decide between what her agent sort of wants her to do and maybe something else that she would rather do herself.
Right. What feelings does come across when you're playing the characters? Does it come across scared or just feel worried or...
What, worried in the face of an audience?
Yeah, just feel scared. Like, obviously, is it your first time doing it? You've done many shows, or?
It's not either of our first time sort of acting. We've been acting for a while, both of us. This is definitely the biggest show that I've ever done to date, and probably with the most pressure kind of on me. I don't know whether Alexis will agree, but like as an individual, because I've never been in like a two-person show before.
It's always been just the one.
Yeah, I've usually had like a larger ensemble around me, and usually you get to go off stage and somebody else has a scene, whereas this is sort of 70 minutes straight through of just us, so that's quite intense.
Is there any other theatres you've played in, or is it just the Birmingham, or like where you based at, or Arc, or...
We're hitting the northeast, baby.
Right,
we have got Bishop Auckland.
Right.
We have got Saltburn. We're going to that's right, isn't it? Saltburn, and
we're doing Middlesbrough Theatre.
I don't think we're not doing Middlesbrough, but we're going Hexham, we're going Alnwick Playhouse as well, but we've got 2 nights at Arc, so we're playing tonight and tomorrow night, so we've got a nice little run here.
And Washington is another.
Right, whereabouts is that? Washington,
I don't know, it's not that far.
Outside Washington.
That's in there. Is there any other things that you've done, like TV, based on films, or plays?
In the past I have worked for theatre. I've worked at the Royal Exchange in Manchester, because I'm based in Manchester and I did my degree up there, so I ended up staying around there. And the great thing about being a performer in the North, and this is the same for Emily, is when you're in the North, out of London, you get to go around a lot. You don't just stay in your city. You consider the whole of the North as your back garden, and that's really nice because then you get to see a lot of different venues and play to a wider audience. It isn't just London all the time.
It's just the one thing, see different places all the time,
Very much so, and that's really nice. For me, I've done a couple of films. I've done some films for BBC. I've got a film coming out this year, although I'm still waiting for when that date is going to be. But it's a film called Scott and Sid.
Alright. What sort of film is it?
That particular one.
Yeah.
It was about two gentlemen. It was written, the director wrote it himself and everything. It was a little bit about his own life. So it was about two young men growing up in the North, in the Leeds Bradford area. So it was really nice. And in that I played a therapist. Because I'm considered to be posh with my voice. I don't have a Mancunian accent, I don't have a Leeds accent, I don't have a Scottish accent, so I get to be posh lady all the time. But I can swear like everybody else.
Yeah, I think we all do, don't we?
Put it out there.
We trust them ourselves both, some people can't. Have you ever felt pressured when having like say a fast game to get changed in different characters? Like sort of like sometimes you have like say what, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to change your makeup and everything else.
Well, it's faster than that. We don't really like the play is very sort of fluid, and it does have lots of little scenes, but the character changes happen instantaneously and in seconds, and it's not sort of putting on makeup for a new character. Usually, sometimes it is. But often the changes will happen midway through a look being created, and it's very sort of fluid. So hopefully the audience will be kept on their toes and keep up.
Sometimes it's very obvious with Emily when she's moved into different visual characters because I'm using wigs as well as makeup. But other times, for example, me, I have to remain as Sue, the makeup artist, continually. The director said to me, whatever happens, you have to keep putting makeup on.
So there's no stopping?
No stopping, no let up.
Right.
And you know when you learn to drive and the first time the instructor says to you, mirror, indicator, up with the clutch, on with the accelerator, and you're going, I'm never going to do all of this. Well, my journey was very much like that. I was constantly having to put this makeup on and constantly having to speak, but the script hadn't always been written because we devised it as well. So my head was in bits for a lot of the time.
Just having to multitask at the same time as well.
For me, it was very difficult. And for Emily, a completely different journey because I was in her space the whole time. She can't move from the chair. She's literally in this chair.
Pinned to the chair. I was looking forward to like a massive turn up to obviously, so it's a tour. So what you're doing in the North East, you're looking for loads of people turning up. How many people? We've got a range of people turning up.
We really hope so. I think like the most important thing about this play and this tour is that we really hope it will reach the people who will really love it and really get it. And that's kind of where the research has come from. That's where the plays come from. So we hope that audiences will be really.
Is it based at a certain age or just a wide range?
Any age.
Yeah. Very wide, because it is about relationships rather. And what's really beautiful is everyone will identify with it. And it isn't a chick thing, I can stress, even though it's wonderful ladies who are running this. It is very much about relationships of life, because even in life, when I used to do theatre in prisons, one of the things that came up a lot there was the mask of a man, and I think that's the same thing. We're covering the mask of people in life, how we portray ourselves versus the reality. I think people will enjoy it. I think they may even shed a little tear along the way, and I think they'll also giggle a lot because there's some pretty funny lines too.
If you don't mind me asking, I felt a bit cheeky, but someone told me in the office that went, what's the reasons for the price of the play? Is it like, because I looked at it, it's like, pay what you want.
Right.
Why? I know I feel cheeky asking, but why is it that?
It's a really valid question, and it's an excellent question.
Because I thought it'd be like a set price for say tickets for like say standing or sitting or something, but when I read it, it's like pay what you want.
Yeah.
Is it a case of people don't
I'll let
think?
Emily answer and then I'll answer.
In case people don't think like say it's good, so it's not going to pay.
It's fine.
So it's kind of
That's
free.
fine. Absolutely. Yeah.
It is. Like, so I think for me, kind of, when I've seen venues do pay what you can or pay what you think is right. That's really what it is. Yeah. It's trying to make theatre a bit more accessible, because ticket prices can be really intimidating sometimes, and And it's new writing at the end of the day, and we're asking people to take a gamble on something that they don't know whether they're going to like. And
so sort of it gets you out there, doesn't it, to start off with? Yeah,
exactly. And it means that it's open to everyone, regardless of your resources. So please do come and play what you think is right for the show at the end.
I'm passionate about theatre, and I think that everyone should have the opportunity to go and enjoy theatre in all its forms, and it shouldn't be elitist, it shouldn't be whatever, and you know, like, people will pay a fortune for a football ticket. You know what you're getting with football, but with theatre, I think sometimes, like you were saying, it can be a bit of a gamble. It's a new writer, but I am passionate that audiences of the future get to come along. We had a fantastic mums and toddlers matinee performance in Birmingham, where we kept the lights up a little bit higher, we had babies in the audience, and it was well worth doing, because at the end of the day, those people are the people of the future. They're going to be in there. They could be the next actor, they could be the next performer, they could be the next director, who knows? And that is important to me, and I think Emily would share that passion.
Just don't mind me asking, if you haven't already asked, how long have you been planning this for, the players and doing the tours and that?
Gosh, I don't know how long Stans have been planning it for, but we auditioned in February, didn't we? And we did a research and development week in March, and we've been rehearsing for about 6 weeks, wasn't it? It was quite a long, not just rehearsing, devising process as well. So so for us, we've sort of been involved for a couple of months, but I'm sure Stans have been planning for a lot longer than that.
Is there anything?
James and Marlene did that whole tour around, didn't they? They went around the northeast and talked to groups of ladies of all ages. And one of the beautiful things that came out of that, they were asking their groups of ladies questions about their relationship with makeup. And one of the beautiful things that came out of it was a certain generation said, during the war, there was only one colour lipstick. And you shared it around because it was just a lack of makeup and during those days. So we're encompassing everybody in this particular play, and we've really drawn on that kind of information.
Is there anything that you could tell everyone before we end people there?
Just please do come. Bring your friends. I think it's a really wonderful, warm, heartfelt show. It's got a lot to enjoy in it, and it is visually really fascinating. So
come along, because I love meeting the audience afterwards. And I'm on Twitter, and you're very welcome to follow and do all of that, because I like to engage with people. It isn't just about giving a performance and making them watch it, it's about them being a part of it too.
Would you better give your Twitter account out to sort of see if you can even hear, so everyone can follow you?
My Twitter is at Alexis Tuttle, so that's Tuttle.
Right guys, to be playing on Tuesday and Wednesday, 24th, 25th of May at 7pm, so get yourselves down there.